looks just fine or looks to be on the brink of something seriously bad, depending on whether you look at hard data, which is measuring actual economic activity, or soft data, which is mostly sentiment surveys, things that people say they feel about the current situation or about the outlook. And you can see here the surprise index is the degree to which hard data and soft data are either coming in ahead of expectations or short of expectations. There's a huge divergence here. Soft data has been disappointing almost uniformly. Hard data has been basically hanging in there, coming in more or less at expectations. You can see examples of this on the manufacturer side. The New York Fed's survey of manufacturers, when you ask about their outlook for orders, what their order book is going to look like in 6 months, they have never been more pessimistic than they were in the survey we just got for the month of April. The downward spikes you see in the past were September 11th, 2001, and the global financial crisis in 2008. So we are on that level of pessimism when it comes to manufacturers' outlook. Even during COVID, we didn't see this level of pessimism. There was a sense that orders were very weak currently because the economy was shut down, but that they would be better in 6 months. Consumers are saying the same thing. When you talk about consumer outlook, the Michigan survey, which has a history of being very sort of politically polarized, so we break this out here by self-identified party ID, whether you're looking at Republicans, Independents, or Democrats, everybody's outlook has deteriorated in the last 2 months. Whether you are despondent or merely not as euphoric as you were a few months ago, depends on your political affiliation, but the direction is very clear in terms of how consumers are grading the outlook versus where they were at the beginning of the year. Just look at the hard data, which is telling you a very different story. The Dallas Fed has a weekly series that captures things that can be observed at a high frequency. Initial jobless claims, retail sales, at same store sales, the amount of raw materials being shipped around the country. And that continues to be not just solid, but arguably even strengthening a bit. Cameron talked about this. We could be seeing economic data actually appear to strengthen in the next month or two as we get data points from times when people may have been sort of front running or trying to front load purchases ahead of tariffs. But there's no sign here that we are imminently in recession, let alone in one at the moment. One other piece of hard data that we look at, well, this is, really what contributes to the confusion about the outlook. And you're seeing here's a polymarket betting odds on whether there's going to be a recession in 2025 is really close to a coin toss here in terms of how investors think about it. Because if you look at the soft data, you're very concerned if you take that seriously. And if you look at the hard data, you're not really seeing a reason to be concerned just yet.